Good afternoon, my loves. I'm Dondria Burris, your show host for Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. I'm here to bring you the latest updates, stories, and some delightful whatnots from our community. Our show is jam-packed today with our Mississippi Moments with Randy Yates talking about the success of the Ajax dinner at Oxford, and our news route with Amaya Norman reporting on a food dessert. We also have the pleasure of hearing from our special guest, Amado Luna, discussing the lights of the wild event at the Hattiesburg Zoo and more. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. But before we jump into all the excitement, here's a quick message from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Calling all families.
Calling all children. And kids of all ages.
Are you looking for a variety of music the whole family can listen to?
Yeah!
Then look no further. We have traditional songs, international tunes, and fresh new beats.
Join us every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m.
Right here on Southern Miss Radio.
For the Hickory Dickory Dock Show. Catch you Saturday. Catch you then.
Back, folks, here's a look into our news for today. For USM Campus News, the Student Government Association at the University of Southern Mississippi presented the annual Miss University of Southern Mississippi Scholarship Competition Saturday, November 11th on the Hattiesburg campus, with Kat Adcox of Poplarville earning the title of Miss University. The Miss Spirit of USM was awarded to Anna Lee Toller for Liberty. Second alternate was Madison Delancey of Union, and the first alternate was Paige McNeil of Bay Springs. Dylan Littles and Catherine Fashnock served as student MCs for the event, with featured entertainment presented by student Courtney Francis on the cello, Ms. USM SGA student director Olivia Dampire, and Emma Garner and Ms. USM 2023 Carson Ulmer. Competition categories included on-stage conversation, health and fitness, talent, and red carpet. Private interviews with a panel of judges were conducted earlier in the day. The Miss USM competition is part of the Miss America organization and a direct feeder into the Mississippi competition held each June in Vicksburg. For Hattiesburg News, the Pine Belt veterans received a surprise this Veterans Day, all thanks to the Jaguar Battalion. The Jaguar Battalion of the Jefferson Davis County High School JRTOC branch, the cadets from the group partnered with the Columbia Walmart to assemble fruit baskets that they delivered to the Veterans Affairs Nursing Home in Covington County. Captain Derek Hall and the annual Veterans Day activity is an excellent way to get the kids thinking of those who came before them. Walmart manager Mike Lowry said he was proud to partner on the project. This was the third year that the Walmart in Columbia and the Jefferson Davis High School JROTC have partnered to celebrate the veterans at the VA home. For Mississippi News, an owner of a medical marijuana dispensary filed a federal lawsuit challenging Mississippi law. Clarence Cocroft, the owner of True Source Medical Cannabis, teamed up with the Institute of Justice to file the lawsuit on Tuesday. The lawsuit aims to defend the First Amendment right of all Mississippians to advertise their legal businesses. Crowcroft bought a few billboards in highly trafficked areas in northern Mississippi. Because of the state's ban, Crowcroft was forced to lease those billboards and other businesses that can legally advertise on them, including local casinos. Preventing someone from advertising his or her legal business violates the First Amendment, said IJ Center attorney Ari Bargil. The government simply has no interest in prohibiting a business from providing truthful information about its products and would-be customers. In 2022, Mississippi's law legalized adult medical marijuana, which was approved in 2020. This allowed Clarence to open True Source, the state's first black-owned dispensary, earlier this year. Some people don't know Mississippi has medical marijuana, and even if they do know about it, they might not know that True Source exists right here in Olive Branch. I want to help patients find the products they need for whatever illnesses they have, but not being able to advertise has made that almost impossible, said Clarence. It's simply unfair that every other legal business in Mississippi is allowed to advertise while I have to rely on word of mouth. However, other states with legal medical marijuana impose much less burdensome restrictions than Mississippi and its neighbors. For international news, dog food from Mid-America Pet Food is under a voluntary recall due to potential salmonella contamination. The recall includes 3 lots of Victor Super Premium dog food, select beef meal, and brown rice formula in 5-pound, 15-pound, and 40-pound bags with a best buy date of June 12, 2024. This recall follows positive salmonella testing during random sampling. Salmonella can affect pets and those pose risk to human handling contaminated pet products. Symptoms in pets may include lethargy, diarrhea, fever, and vomiting. Fortunately, no reports of illnesses in humans or pets related to this dog food have been received by the FDA. If you have purchased the recalled products, the FDA advises safely discarding it to prevent access by children, pets, or wildlife. For potential refunds, consumers can contact Mid-America Pet Food at 1-888-428-7544. This recall is unrelated to a previous salmonella recall by the same company in September, and no other products are affected. That has been your news update from Southern Miss Today. Next, we'll have the latest in sports and weather, so stay tuned. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277, and the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
Welcome back with our action-packed sports segment. Let's dive into the latest scores, highlights, and sports. For the third consecutive season, junior Maya Wesley earned all conference honors with the Golden Eagles. The Sun Belt Conference named the Orem, Utah native second team All-Sun Belt Tuesday afternoon. Following a historic freshman and sophomore campaign with the Golden Eagles that earned her second team All-C, USA, and first team All-Sun Belt honors, respectively, Wesley finished the regular season with 364 kills and a conference-high 55 service aces to add to her decorative resume. Mia Wesley has proven year in and year out that she is an elite player. She is outstanding in every single phase of the game, and not many players in the conference do all of the things she does for this team, said head coach Jenny Hazelwood said. Wesley finished the season on a hot streak, recording 22 kills on a .309 clip in the Golden Eagles' final win of the regular season, increasing her total games with 20 or more kills the season to 4 games. Wesley also registered 2 double-doubles on the season, finishing with 247 digs, which was only behind libero Megan Harris's team high. Wesley's offensive number ranked 4th in total kills per set and total points in the Sun Belt. After recording 10 total services aces in 2 matches last weekend against Old Dominion, Wesley increased her total to 55 on the season and 35 in conference play, both conference highs. Wesley surpassed various milestones in her regular season, including becoming just the 4th Golden Eagle to reach 1,500 career skills. She now has 1,371 kills in 3 seasons with the Black and Gold, which ranks 6th in program history and trails Shalene Jobs' career total by 38 kills. Wesley needs only 43 digs to reach the 1,000 career dig milestone. This was your sports segment for today. Head over to southernmiss.com to keep up with the Golden Eagle sports activities. As for our weather today, we're in for another damp, gray afternoon and evening, with at least a little more active rain before it's all said and done. Still, that doesn't mean we'll have any flooding issues. Severe weather and damp, flood issues, or severe weather. Damp, slick roadways are likely our worst-case scenarios. They'll keep things cool again as well, highs barely climbing out of yesterday's upper 50s to max out near 60s. However, cloud cover will still be slow to leave as we steadily warm for the rest of the work week. We'll continue to enjoy mostly cloudy skies at least until Saturday when the sun will finally peek through. It'll still be about 50-50 mix of clouds and sun, but it'll be a nice break because our next weather maker arrives quickly as we begin next week, setting us up for another rainy start. This is your weather forecast for this week, and up next we have Mississippi Moments produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage with Randy Yates talking about the success of the Ajax Diner in Oxford. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. Randy Yates attributes the Ajax Grill's success to their large selection of home-style dishes. He explains why the term comfort food is no misnomer.
I want to have everything you're hungry for where you'll come eat every meal with me. We do about 20 vegetables every day with about 10 different meats. You can pretty much anytime get fried catfish, country fried steaks, chicken and dumplings, red beans and rice, meatloaf, pot roast, turkey and dressing, sweet potato casserole, squash casserole, and macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes are probably our biggest sellers. Anything that's got cheese in it. Comfort food's no misnomer. People want to fill their belly up and taste something. Reminds them of home, reminds them of something, or just one of their favorite meals. You know, I like pork chops with sweet potatoes and turnip greens and cornbread, and they got it. When you want some turnip greens, you want some turnip greens or chicken and dumplings. People love chicken and dumplings. You know, on a cold day, that's just the best thing you can eat. Chicken and dumplings. Perfect dish, I think.
To hear more, visit MississippiMoments.org or just like us on Facebook. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
Really good. I'm kind of hungry.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
That was your Mississippi Moments for today. Coming up, we have the pleasures of hearing from Mr. Amato talking about the upcoming Lights of the Wild event and more. But before we get into that, here's a couple more words from our sponsors.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Then he said.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
All right, now please give a warm Golden Eagle welcome to our guest, Mr. Amato Luna.
Hey everybody, it's Mr. Amato. How's it going?
Okay, so tell us about the events coming up
So we have Lights of the Wild coming to you at the Hattiesburg Zoo starting in December. We're going to have 15 nights throughout the month, and it's going to be full of magic and Santa, and we're even going to make it snow.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's
How
going
are
to
you
be
gonna do
awesome.
that? Is there like an ice machine that's going to
Through
be?
some magic, and you know, Mrs. Claus might have a machine that makes it snow.
Through
so.
some magic.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool.
Some Christmas magic.
Mm-hmm.
So what all is going to happen at this event aside from talking to Santa and Mrs. Claus?
So we're going to have Santa at the Africa Pavilion for pictures. We're going to have Mrs. Claus saying some stories, maybe some crafts with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have the Northern Lights Express, which is just unlimited train rides the whole night. There's going to be themed
I love
food,
the train.
themed drinks. There's going to be a lot of just amazing memory-making things going on throughout the whole zoo. But the star of the event is definitely the hundreds of lanterns. They're life-size animal lanterns. We have elephants, we have tigers, we have rhinos, and it's just filled the zoo with light and just tons of little photo ops for the family. So it's going to be really cool, and you don't want to miss out.
Are they all like different colors? The lights?
Yes,
the animals?
yes. The animals are all different colors, and there's different themes throughout the zoo, but basically We try to make the animals look as realistic as possible and spread them out throughout the entire zoo. There's obviously going to be like nutcrackers and winter-themed lanterns as well. It's not just animals, but it should be a night to remember. And we just recommend that everybody buy their ticket early because we might sell out some nights.
Okay. So speaking of nights, what nights would you prefer, what would be the best in your opinion?
So, for my opinion, just what I've seen with how crowded the zoo gets, any of the nights before that last weekend, right? So we have Lights of the Wild 1st through the 3rd, 8th through the 10th, 15th through the 23rd, 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Now, for me and my family, I'm going to recommend everybody come around that 8 to 10 just so that they can avoid the lines. But we're going to present every night with the best experience we can. But if you are like me and you want to avoid the lines, I would not go those last nights. There is a price change with those nights. So Sunday through Thursday tickets, December 3rd, 10th, 15th, and 21st will cost $16 per person at the gate. Friday and Saturday tickets, the December 1st, 2nd, 8th, 9th, and 22nd and 23rd will be $20 per person at the gate. If you purchase your tickets online before 4 p.m., you will get a discount. Ticket sales for each day stop at 4 p.m. So, again, please buy your tickets early if you're purchasing them online. Maybe you want to avoid the line and go into the online ticket line, which is going to be shorter. I would recommend buying those tickets before 4 p.m.
So are these tickets like available to purchase before the event starts, or is it just like that day?
So you can go ahead and purchase your tickets for whichever night you're going to, as long as it's not 4 p.m. of that night of the night you're trying to go to purchase the tickets. And you go to the Hattiesburg Zoo website under Hattiesburg Zoo/events. You should be able to buy your ticket anytime.
So with the ticket prices and the events, does the money cover the food and drinks inside, or do you is that outside purchase?
So the foods and drink are separate costs, but the ticket does get you admission. It gets you unlimited train rides, unlimited carousel rides. There's no extra cost for hanging out with Santa or Mrs. Claus. We'll also be having different animals throughout the zoo with our zookeepers, so like an animal experience, which if you have a kiddo and they get to meet, a sloth, they will never stop talking about that.
Like hands-on with the sloth, not talking
maybe,
to the sloth, but
maybe a selfie with a sloth.
Okay.
You
put
can't
the sloth
put a price
on
on that.
Okay, right.
I don't know
I
about
would
putting
love
it
that
on them,
myself.
but you can definitely get a selfie with a sloth.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of family fun. It's going to be beautiful lights. We're presenting some new lanterns that haven't been with us last year. They're brand new lanterns.
Ooh. New
And
additions,
my thing,
animals or
so I think there's some new, definitely some new animals, and then also some different Christmas themed ones. My thing is you can make this into a family tradition, right? You can get all your in-laws, all your cousins, and you can say, hey, we're meeting up in Hattiesburg. We're going to the hub city. We're going to make this a big thing. And that's one thing. You don't really have to sit there and talk with everybody about everything. You can just enjoy the experience, take pictures.
Look, Santa's talking. Be quiet.
Exactly. And your kiddos are never going to forget it. And maybe you won't either.
So with the, you suggesting family coming by, would there be a family discount after so many, or?
I don't think
that a
so.
possibility?
Yeah, I think it's just standard. We try and make it as easy as possible. There's so many tickets going through our queue and everything. But you can also follow our Instagram and Facebook, and if anything changes, that's where you can get that info. And they're really good about posting about any updates or anything.
So how long each event lasts, you said?
Yeah, it's
Starting
from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Okay, yeah, that's a good enough time to ride the train,
Yeah.
talk to Santa, Mrs. Claus, take some
Yeah.
pictures.
Well, it's daylight savings, so it's pitch dark at 5 p.m.
So, it gives a better opportunity to enjoy the lights.
Exactly. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be there most of the nights, but I'm going to try and convince my family to come during the the less attended nights.
Right.
Avoid those lines.
Probably, like you said, before the last.
Last weekend. Mm-hmm.
So is there any more events happening, other events outside of this event?
So the zoo will typically have a once a month adult only night. You know, we had Zoo Stock, we had different fun events throughout the year. Every month there'll be an adult themed event. And so the best way to keep up with everything that's going on is to follow us on social media. We are part of the Hattiesburg Convention Commission. So there's different things with our museums, with our African American Museum, with our Sanger Theater, with the Convention Center and all the concerts that happen there at the lawn. So the best way is to follow us on social media, especially during busy seasons like now. I mean, there's concerts going on. There's the Lights of the Wild, Zubu, stuff like that. And so, you know, it can get a little confusing, and you definitely want to plan ahead so you don't miss out.
Right. So what's the biggest thing that you're most expecting? Like, what are you looking forward to for this coming event?
For me, it's going to be the way people see these lanterns, because they have never looked better. We really went out of our way to make sure that the lanterns just got a facelift, and they look so good. They look so good. They look brand new.
A facelift.
Oh yeah. Some of them, you know, their face was sagging a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
And we
They
took
was
our
looking
time.
a little sad, not in the Christmas spirit.
They weren't happy. You know, they were just like worn and tired, like a lot of us are. And we made sure they look really good. So you're not going to want to miss out. If you look at the fine details of some of the lanterns, you can see some of the art. They are really pieces of art. And so not only does it feel magical, feels different, we're going to do our very best to make it feel like, wow, this is an amazing thing that the zoo does for us. But we want everybody to, you know, tell everybody they know and plan ahead to be there.
Can you talk about, like, the setup of all of this, like all the hard work that's been put into this event?
Absolutely. So we have an amazing team at the zoo and the Convention Commission, and we all come together from our different lanes to make these things happen for the Hattiesburg community. So, you know, you talk about moving a lantern. You know, some of these, they don't look heavy, but they are made out of steel and aluminum, and it's not even paper, it's silk, and it's very heavy, and you have to be very delicate with them because, like I said, they are pieces of art. So just to move, let's say, a tiger, it took us from getting from where they're stored, driven very slowly and carefully, then unloaded at the zoo, and then positioned. And then we have an amazing curator who makes sure that everything is presented in a beautiful way. His name's Dimitri Kelly, and he's in every single design element of the zoo experience. And he is...
Shout out to him.
Shout out, yeah, exactly. And so he's very particular, but the end product is just so good. And meanwhile, we have, you know, 3 or 4 people on a lantern trying to move it into the correct position, stake it down, obviously, because we don't want our hard work to just fall over with some wind.
What a chaos.
Exactly. That'd be a bad day. And all that just to you know, present a magical experience for everybody.
So these lanterns won't be, like, moving the whole time.
No.
They're just going to be, like, be in place.
Yeah,
Because we
they
already,
don't move.
They're too heavy.
We
for
have
that.
animals that do move at the zoo, believe it or not. They are, we just got a new tiger.
Ooh, yeah.
His name's Bunya. He's got some attitude.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Attitude. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So if you can, you know, get close to him, not too close.
But behind the fencing and everything, if you know, we have multiple layers of fence, and if you just kind of make eye contact with them, you can see it. He's got some attitude, and he'll do little sounds like growl at you, and you're just like, I'm glad
he's
you're
the
on that
star of
side,
the
buddy,
show.
because I know, I know You got some attitude.
Some
with
attitude.
you. Yeah, exactly.
What about the other animals?
We just got a new giraffe. Her name's Grace.
Hey, Grace. Yeah,
She's
I remember talking about
beautiful.
Grace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does she match her name?
She does.
Or does she have an
She
attitude?
does. If y'all haven't been to the zoo since the 2 giraffes became 3 giraffes because
Are they
it's
like
special.
besties now?
They are all besties, but also something magical happened where you have a couple, right? You have a mother and a daughter, Sue Ellen and Birdie, and then when you add Grace, they become a herd. And they act different, and they look different, and they walk with like magic. Like they
so
kind
like
of
when
just.
you added an extra one, oh my
goodness.
god!
It changed it. I think it changed it.
That
but
is amazing.
I'm a little sensitive when it comes to stuff like that.
I
I'm
am
like, wow, they
too.
look
Like,
beautiful.
what?
Yeah, exactly.
Just imagine a slow motion
Yeah, there's
scene,
like,
sparkles in the background.
18 feet tall, slow motion.
Probably they might be like, okay, girls.
Yeah.
Destiny's Child. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are definitely.
Giraffe.
They got some attitude, but like more like
Sassy.
glamour-tude. you
Yeah,
know?
glamour-tude.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
that. So.
So if you haven't been to the zoo, you should go. It's
Sorry, that was just funny to think about. Just some slow motion.
Oh, yeah.
Giraffes just
yeah.
hopping like some llamas.
Yeah, absolutely. If you watch,
cloud.
so Birdie, Birdie's the daughter, and she's been there longer than Grace. Birdie likes to have the most attitude, and so some people were like waving at Birdie, and Birdie kind of stopped and walked up and looked at him. And then after Birdie was done looking at him, she just kind of like shook her head and whipped her hair back and just walked off. And that's the attitude. Yeah, that's the attitude I'm talking about. She's super glamorous, super attitude, but that's what makes giraffes so special. They're so cute.
I didn't know that their personalities were like that. What was the process of like getting them there? Like, what was the process of Grace being added to the picture?
So Grace, so with zoos, they have like a network, right? Just like everything else, there's networks of people. And Grace actually came to us from another zoo. And so moving a giraffe is its own thing, and I'm no expert, but yeah, we got her from another zoo. And I don't know what the other processes are like that, but mainly we've gotten animals from other zoos.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Amato, for giving us the insight on the zoo and this coming up event. And up next, we have our news wrap coming from Amaya Norman reporting on food desert.
Unfortunately, food deserts in Mississippi has increased, causing a health crisis to be an all-time high, especially in this region.
The abandonment of convenience and grocery stores have taken a turn for the worse, prompting the sick to travel far and wide for resources.
Food insecurities is a growing problem here in these communities. As you can see behind me, it's the last supermarket that was closed several years ago, causing those with health issues to not have access to nutritious foods.
I live in a food desert area where there's no grocery store, there's no place for you to get the necessity that you need. Just the other day, I needed a bell pepper, and I drove to the little store, Vines, and I asked if they had bell pepper. They didn't have any bell pepper. The girl told me the nearest I could find a bell pepper was 45 minutes away.
Stores shutting down may be this town's downfall, but there's a silver lining. This region's main and popular food source is Vines, a place to gather for food and family times both through the weekdays and weekends.
Being that we don't have a grocery store here anymore, everyone likes to come here to Vine Brothers because it's the restaurant/gas station. We used to have a grocery store right down the road from us, but unfortunately it's shut down. So what we do here is we have like a restaurant with a menu full of all types of sandwiches, burgers, steaks, fish, shrimp, and all that kind of food that everyone likes to enjoy and come and enjoy with their family and stuff.
Amaya Norman, Southern Miss News.
Oh, girl. Thank you so much for listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Thanks to our audio engineer, Ashanta Willis, and our video producer, Michaela Stapleton, for keeping this bird flying. Big shout out to our assistant producer, Shylin Davis, and Huey Turlick, executive producer, Ms. Whitney Howard, program director, Shania Williams, and our general manager, Dr. Martin. That wraps up our show for Southern Miss Today. Thank you for tuning in, and remember, stay golden, you soaring eagles. I'm your host, Dondra Bird, signing off for now.